Yo, tubers, we're back for some more drafting here on Magic Online Vintage Cube once again. And you know what we opened once again? Good old sneak attack. I'm going to pass that this time. We've done enough sneak attacking stuff. It hasn't gone particularly great. It's been fine. I do think it is one of the better cards in this pack. Probably top like 3 cards in this pack that you would want to first pick. But I'm going to pass it along here. The other cards I'm talking about are like Polluted Delta, Swords to Plowshares, even Noble Hierarch is probably up there, top 5 cards. I kind of feel like I want to take Tolarian Academy. Maybe do a little artifact nonsense, could be fun. But, I kind of also want to do Storm. Haven't done Storm yet. Or at least, I don't think I've done a good Storm deck anyways. Yeah, so I'm going to first pick this Polluted Delta here. Plan on wheeling the Lion's Eye Diamond and see if we can build maybe a good Storm deck. Now, it might not be available, but we are going to try. And looks like a second pick Izzet Signet's pretty easy for the Storm Nation. Adds blue and red. Frequently, you play red in the Storm decks. Not too much else here that I would want for Storm, so I think I'm pretty happy with that. Hullbreaker Horror can go infinite with Storm, with like a couple of cheap artifacts, you know, Lotus Petal and like a, I mean, if you have like a Soul Ring, of course, that works well, but you can just like produce infinite mana effectively by playing Soul Ring, bouncing Soul Ring, tap, blah, 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 yada, yada, yada. But that's also a card that tends to wheel, so I'm just going to take the Signet here. Pretty good third pack, much better third pack than second pack. Lightning Bolt, Upheaval, Inquisition, Badlands, Emery, Fable, Marsh Flats. All really, really good cards. I think I lean towards the Inquisition here over Marsh Flats, but I think it's close. Cheap interaction like Inquisition is just really, really nice. And especially in Vintage Cube, right? I mean, plenty of good cards that cost 3 or less, so gives you a little bit of information, especially good if you're playing like a counter-based deck. You can take a peek at their hand, take a counter or whatever, and then start going off. I think I like Inquisition here third. Into Charter Course, Memory Deluge. The funny thing is, whenever I go Storm, I always joke that we go into Backdoor Reanimator if Storm's open, but it's not even, I'm not even, you know, exaggerating all that much. I think Reanimator is an easy pivot from a failed Storm deck. So while I'm not going to take the Exhume here, I think you could take it and just hedge your bets. But I think here I'm going to go with Charter Course or Memory. Both are really, really good. I like the depth that Memory can go for, but obviously cheaper spells are also quite great. But I'm going to go with the chart here. That's a very nice pickup. Time Twister here, 5th pick. I mean, can't get much better than that. Yep, not much consideration for anything else. No consideration for anything else, really. Not even the Past in Flames. Sure, if there was a Yawgmoth's Will here, I'd be like, okay, maybe. But Time Twister's for sure the slam dunk. Into Regrowth is okay. Yeah, 1,000 Year Storm is okay. I think the real pick is just the Baleful Strix. Solid value 2-drop. Blocks some early pressure. Can be tinkered away if you end up getting Tinker. And also just cycles. So Strix is an easy pick here for me over the Storm. I think Regrowth might have been an option as well. That's a very late Volcanic Island. Holy smokes. And 2 Signets as well. Volcanic Island is really, really good. Orzhov Signet is close. If that was the Dimir Signet, I wouldn't question it. I would just take it. But Orzhov versus Volcanic Island, I think, is an interesting discussion. I think the Volcanic is going to pay off more, or at least has a higher upside. This is the card I'm not as likely to run. But if I do, it's going to be one of the better pickups. So I'll take that over the Orzhov Sig. Great pack here. Wow. Dark Slick Shores, Talisman, Monolith. And then even cards like Stowaway, Doretti, and Mana Flare are fine. So a bunch of good options. The safest pick is just going to be the Fixing, which is kind of sad. Talisman is really good here. Monolith is not bad. Yeah, I'm going to take the Talisman. I want to take the Shores, but hopefully we can get some more fixing later. Perfect. I mean, that's a fantastic sign. If we're wheeling the Lion's Eye Diamond, then nobody else is probably going that route. Academy would also be good here. We already have 3 artifacts, but the LED is just a little bit better for sure. A little bit of interaction in the form of Grasp. I think I like that over Snuff Out. Although Snuff Out can be quote-unquote free, so there is merit to taking that. Actually, yeah, you know what? Let's do that. We can pay 4 life instead of casting this for mana, so I think that makes a little bit more sense. Wheeling the Marsh Flats, crazy. Ooh, you know, I could take Lightning Bolt here and plan on wheeling Thousand Year Storm. That is also not a crazy consideration. Ooh. You know what? I'm going to regret taking this over Marsh Flats, but I think that's the plan here. And yeah, I'm going to take the Exhume for the Backdoor Reanimator. We could just run the main deck, Blood Chief's Thirst for interaction, but like I said, Backdoor Reanimator is always the plan with Storm. Okay, wow, somebody took the Thousand Year Storm. I believe it was in this pack. Interesting. Okay, no big deal. Sad that I don't have the Marsh Flats now, but whatever. Sometimes it do be like that. Pack number 2. No power. No super spicy card. We're going to probably end up taking Jace here over Seal or Memory Jar. I would also expect to wheel either one of these or both of them. Most likely the Jar, but could even see the Imperial Seal coming back. We'll just take the Jace. Good enough. Doesn't really, I guess, fit as well into Storm as a lot of other cards, but it's just a standalone OP card, so I think that makes sense to take. Oh man, now we're really regretting not getting that Marsh Flats for a second shuffle effect for the Jace, but oh well. I made my pick. On to pack number 2. Pick number 2, we have a Xander's Lounge, very good, and a Time Spiral, very, very good. Yep, not passing a Time Spiral here. Just way too good for the Storm deck, obviously. Grief would be okay. Kaito would be, like, fine for looting. Force of Negation would also be okay. But I think this is just to take a Time Spiral and not risk it not coming back. Another fantastic pack here. Signet, Expressive Iteration, REB, Thassa's Oracle. We're going to take the Signet here, especially after taking Time Spiral, and plan on wheeling the Oracle. I think Oracle's another really solid win con in the Storm decks. If you don't get like the Thousand Years, or not the Thousand Year, the Tendrils of Agony plan. If you can get like Brain Freeze, it's super easy to win with Oracle. Spellseeker versus Night's Whisper. Spellseeker doesn't actually grab much for me right now. So I guess we're just going to take the Whisper here. Could also consider splashing Balance. That's another really good one, since we're not going to be playing many, if any, creatures. But yeah, I guess we'll just take the Whisper and kind of be sad about that pack. There's a nice one. Frantic Search, obviously fantastic. Peatland, maybe. Nothing else here. No other creatures, so reconfiguring the reality chip's not a thing. Okay. I mean, I'm not seeing some of the important cards, but that doesn't necessarily mean somebody else is in Storm. Now remember, you only see, what, I think it's 360 cards out of the cube, out of any draft, out of like 540 or something. I don't know if they've added more or whatever, but it's always possible that you go into Storm and no Storm cards are opened. So you always have to keep that in the back of your mind as we get a Creeping Tar Pit here versus Fact or Fiction. I think the Tar Pit makes more sense. We already have 2 draw 7s. Now, if Creeping Tar Pit wasn't in the pack, I would take the Fact or Fiction of here, of course. But yeah, that just makes more sense. Cryptic Narset. Okay, we'll get the Narset combo. Another card that's really nice with draw 7s, right? You go Narset into casting a draw 7, and your opponent gets 1 card. So, pretty good. That was what, pick 6, 7. That was 22, so that was pick 7. So one more pack we haven't seen out of pack 2. Pick 8 coming up. How about just a little Yawgmoth's Will? Make things easy for me. Yawgmoth's Will is often just a cheat code. Makes winning with Storm so much easier. Although, I guess you still need the important cards to be able to flashback. Like right now we have the LED, which is nuts to flashback with Yawgmoths. And then like Frantic Search is good. Oh, High Tide, that's another good one. Passing a Zagoth Triumph here. But yeah. With Time Spiral and Frantic Search already, that High Tide is an easy pickup. Oh, you know what? I think this is a new Storm card they added from this iteration of the cube. That could be a fun Storm win condition too, but I'm not going to take it. We're just taking the Tide. Wield the Seal. So somebody did take the Memory Jar, interestingly enough, but that's okay. Seal still works here. I don't think we're going to be playing Kaito. I did get the Exhume. Let's take the Iona for the backdoor Reanimator. Good old backdoor. Sometimes you have front door into the Reanimator deck. Today we backdoor. But the way it looks, we're probably going to be okay not to... Yes, perfect. We're going to be okay not to need to backup plan. Slaver sideboard is okay. I don't think we're going to end up running Shriek Maw, but I guess Evoke is a cheap spell. Wow, wield the Factor Fiction. Okay, well. So pack 3, let's go. A little more fixing would be good. Obviously picking up a Storm card would be good. But this is a good shell right now. So if we can just get a couple of the last pieces here in pack 3, we are going to be set. All right, well. I guess I have to take this Ancestral Recall. Woe is me. Passing a Mox Pearl. Don't expect to wheel anything. Yeah, we just take it and clap our hands. Does this deck have enough ways to produce fast mana, or a ton of mana? We have the High Tide. We have the LED. We have a couple Signets. We have Frantic with the Tide. And Spiral with the Tide. But we don't have any rituals yet. As we get a pretty weak, really weak second pack. Chrome Mox here, I guess. Over Verdant Catacombs. I mean, I guess I could take Treasure Cruise. If you're running Yawgmoth's Will, the Treasure Cruise becomes a little bit awkward because you often don't want to eat all of your cards. Although it does let you selectively eat cards for reshuffling, which is kind of cool, but I'll just take the Chrome Mox here. Some more fast mana. Ooh, there's a Citadel, but alright, we have to take the Brain Freeze. Citadel might even wheel. And Brain Freeze actually gives us a Storm win con that we were looking for, so not going to get greedy and pass that one up. We already have the Oracle anyways, so if we can just get Yawgmoth's Will, I think this is going to be a very good deck. Sometimes Brain Freeze doesn't win. There are multiple cards in the format. Wow, nice Counterspell, Leo, Vampiric, Vista. As I was saying, there are a bunch of cards in this format that stop the Brain Freeze win con from working if you're planning on targeting your opponent, right? All of the Eldrazi are the worst case scenario because they shuffle everything back. But then even things like Progenitus and Blightsteel can a little bit stop the combo, although usually that's still fine. But yeah, we'll take the Vamp here. Yawgmoth's Will? Oh, Dimir Signet. Bayou's fine. Oh, there's a Breach. Oh, okay. You know what? That is actually, I think, a little bit better here. Because we have the Brain Freeze and Oracle, this is going to be our Yawgmoth's Will replacement. And man, oh man, is that now taking that Volcanic Island looking really juicy. We also have an Izzet Signet for a little bit of fixing. And of course, in a pinch, you can LED on red. But yes, that's fantastic. All right, we have the combo deck built now. Dig Through Time. Yeah, that's really good here too. That's insane here. Passing Golgari's Signet. Perfect. Grim Monolith. Okay, I do like that one. Yeah, I think this ended up being a really, really nice one. We're probably going to end up cutting the Snuff. What is this? Island Swamp? Sure. Plains Island Swamp. So just another duel, even though it enters tapped. I mean, there's a Palancron here, but I think Palancron's usually not a card you want to run in Storm unless it's a necessity. If I could get like one more red fixer, that would be fantastic. Dismember Wield, that's a good sideboard option. We'll take that. Don't need Shrine, don't need Colonnade. Yeah, sideboard Dismember. Okay, Verdant Wield, which Verdant does grab the tower, so. And it's another fetch for like Jace. Beautiful. Indatha. Plains Swamp Forest. So no, we don't need that. Oh, I don't know if Citadel's going to be castable here. If I had Tinker, I would for sure run it. If I had maybe Dark Ritual or something, we might run it, but even though it wheeled, I don't think we're taking it. Okay. Waterlogged Grove versus Leo. Wait, what color is this again? White. Never mind. I mean, Leo's another insane combo with Time Twister and Time Spiral, but we don't have the fixing for it, so seems like Waterlog makes more sense. Duress Wheeling is also insane. How many playables am I at here? 25? So I can probably shave one card and run 16 land would probably be alright. I think Factor Fiction might actually be the cut. Is that better than the blue Signet? Or are we just running them all, I wonder? Yeah, I don't think we need Factor Fiction. Given the fact that we have two tutors, the Seal and the Vampiric, to go along with Time Twister, Time Spiral, I don't think Factor Fiction is actually necessary. The only reason we want Factor Fiction would be to fuel the graveyard for Dig Through Time. But this looks like a really, really good Storm deck. We got the Breach, we got the Freeze, we got the Oracle, so as long as I sequence correctly. I would say this is a deck that is 3-0 quality. Now, of course, this is Magic, so who knows how we draw it up and play out. But this is a fantastic looking deck. What am I cutting? At least one card needs to be cut. I guess it might just be the Strix. And just running all these artifacts, I think that's fine. I mean, we definitely want the Izzet Signet, but Azorius or Golgari could be cut for sure. But I think we're running it like this in 16 lands. Let's see, we get Tar Pit. I think we probably end up running the Waterlog, Delta, Tower, Verdant, and Volcanic. Don't need any basic mountains. Yeah. Obviously, I don't think we do. We want to maximize islands for High Tide for sure. So 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh, because of that, it might actually be better to run an island instead of waterlogged. Yeah, that's probably better. And then 4, 5, 6, 7. That's still 8 black sources. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 blue sources with 7, 8, 9 islands. That's good. Yeah, I think this is a really, really good Storm deck, or pseudo Storm, if you will, since we don't actually have a Storm card, but we have the Oracle. Oh no, we do. We have the Brain Freeze. We have Oracle, Brain Freeze, and Breach. So I think the majority of the time, again, we're going to be milling ourselves with this, but that's not to say we can't target our opponents. All right, let's go to round 1 and see how this plays out. And here's round 1 of this vintage cube with our Stormy deck. Yeah, that's a keeper. That's definitely a keeper. Do we want to lead with turn 1 duress or turn 1 recall is the question. I think we're going to lead with turn 1 recall, and we're going to do that on the opponent's upkeep. The reason we do this is in case they have force of negation. Oh my god. Okay, well, that's really unfortunate. I kept a 5-land hand with duress and recall, and we recalled into 3 lands. Okay, that talisman might help a bit. We might even just immediately use this and go grab like Time Twister. There's the Oracle. The way I see it, I have 2 options here. We can play untap land and pass, planning on cycling the tower, which I think I might end up doing. Or we could like duress and play Tar Pit. But another reason to play out the island and pass is to maximize high tide potential. So, in this way, we can fire off the duress on the same turn that we're going to fire off like a Time Twister or whatever. Signet's good. Yeah, let's go ahead and... Yeah, let's lead off on Signet and not really care if they counter it. Yep, that's fine. And then I'm going to go Tar Pit Seal. And we're either going to go Time Spiral or Time Twister here, I think. I guess we'll go with the cheap one. But we can sit back and set up while they're not doing anything. Like, they have no pressure on me right now, so... Funny thing is, because we're not Tendrils of Agony, there's no actual point in attacking with Creeping Tar Pit either. Okay, let's see. Kind of like duressing here and seeing what's up. Let's go ahead and do that. And then I might actually Wishclaw for Narset. They could have like a Cryptic Command or something in their hand. Mind Twist? Holy crap. Time Warp, Mystic Confluence. Well, this is kind of funny, actually. I guess I have to take the Mind Twist, though, don't I? Because if I take, like, Confluence or Time Warp, they can Venser my Talisman end of turn, and then Mind Twist for 5, so, yeah, I mean, that's the only thing that makes sense here. They might even still Venser end of turn. Well, crap. Yeah, this does not look like a great matchup for us. They have Venser, Mystic Confluence open. If they draw another land, they can also Hullbreaker. Oh, well, those are the Narset. Interesting. So what's in our deck that I could go grab here? I could grab Inquisition. No, that doesn't work. Well, what happens here if I play Narset out? They can Venser it or Confluence and make me pay 6, though, and they would only get to draw 1 card. So I think this is a good time to run it out, because they don't have like a true good answer to this. If they just Confluence, I'm okay with that. Like they get to counter it and draw one card. That's not that bad for us. I can't see the modes on that. Oh, they did drop. Whoa. Whoa. Okay, that is very surprising. And I'm actually not going to activate because they have Tar Pit. Obviously, they can just cast a Revoker here. But I think this is the play. Yeah, see, now if they, like, Tar Pit it. Actually, you know what we hope they do? We hope they attack Narset for 3 and then play out Revoker. That would be perfect. They're going to go Time... Ah, okay. So they can go Time Warp, Revoker, and then attack and kill Narset? Sure. That's fine. Oh, wait, they're not even going to play out the Revoker. No, they have to. They're going to for sure, right? That makes no sense for them not to. Yeah. I would expect them to name Talisman now. But maybe they name Narset and they just don't even bother attacking it. No, that doesn't make sense because they have card draw effects. Not a great matchup. Not a great matchup. They have so much interaction. Is there anything we can bring in to counter that? We definitely want to bring in Foff. Oh, they're naming Dimir Signet. They're not even naming the Talisman. What on earth? Yep. All right, so they're going to kill the Narset. That's fine. Ancient Tomb, hold up Venser. Chrome Mox. Well, we don't... Okay. So we should be able to do something this turn then. Grabbing High Tide's a little bit risky, I suppose. What else can we grab? I guess we don't technically need to grab anything yet. We can play out the Chrome Mox, no imprint. Hey, thanks. All right, no imprint. I don't know if we want to play out this land. We would rather have an island for whatchamacallit. An island for High Tide. Yeah, let's just Time Twister now and see what they do. I expect them to Venser it back. Yep. Okay. Now we can Talisman for High Tide, cast High Tide, Time Twister with 3 blue floating. Is that good? All right, play the Swamp, use Talisman, High Tide off Tar Pit. 2/4/6 Time Twister. Have 3 blue floating? I mean, maybe I should have just done that to begin with. Yeah, maybe I should have just done that to begin with. Felt like I might have wasted some mana. But now, I mean, they only have 2 mana open once I high tide. Actually, I guess I could grab LED here. Time Twister, fire off LED, and still have 4 mana instead. Well, maybe that's better. Ancestral. Yikes, not great here. Wow, really bad. Jeez. Feels pretty unlucky. Well, I guess I bricked. I guess I'm just going to go Signet into Signet. And then set up for next turn. Yikes, that's really bad. I'm not going to be surprised at all if they just go Talisman for a counterspell or something. But we can lead off with Duress next turn, thankfully. That was a pretty weak Time Twister, though. Yep. Yeah, for sure. Actually, you know what I might do? I might actually activate the Talisman, grab Inquisition, then fire off Inquisition first, and then the Duress. Do they just grab, like, Time Walk again, maybe? Oh, is this Mind Twist? Ah, yeah, this is Mind Twist and hold up their counterspell. And they got everything but my land. So I'm going to need to top deck something. Yeah, that makes sense. So they have counterspell, they Mind Twisted everything but the Delta. If we had kept our Duress or something, we'd actually be in really good shape again. But now I need to top deck something and get lucky. Wow. I mean, it all started off with the Ancestral on turn 1, drawing 3 lands. That really sucked. Yeah, if they had left me with Jace, Duress, or Narset, I think we're in good shape, but they nabbed all my spells there. And now they're just going to hold up counter magic for the rest of the game. Ah. I don't even think I'm going to Talisman. Because then they might make me discard again. I mean, I'm only running 16 lands in this deck. How many have we gone through? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. I only have 3 lands left in my deck. That's unlucky. Yeah, I'll go ahead and trade. Take off a little bit of the pressure, hopefully. Okay. I mean, there's still a chance that like a baby brain freeze might kill them, because seems very low likelihood that they have any card that's going to prevent brain freeze mill out. I guess we would need to probably do it for at least 12, though, for any chance. I'm going to go ahead and sack. Only 2 lands left in my deck. Hey, that is what we were looking for. That's exactly what we were looking for. That can grab the counterspell, and then we Talisman. So hope that they don't have any more counters. Go grab Time Spiral. Or actually, I could grab Dig Through Time. It's probably just best to grab the Time Spiral. Oh, wait. Underworld Breach? I guess Breach probably just wins, huh? No, we don't have enough with Breach. Although, oh, I could Ancestral a bunch here. Oh, maybe that is good enough. Yeah. Let's grab Breach. And then we need blue floating. Hope they don't have another counter. They do? Man. Mana drain. Ah, good beats. Okay. Yeah, this is a terrible matchup for us. That's so unlucky. Mind Twist, a bunch of counters. That's our round one. Our deck is so good, too. Ah, that sucks we had to play against this. The real mess-up might have been that one turn, though. I think on that one turn, if I go... what was it? If I go activate Talisman, grab High Tide, then High Tide into... Oh, no, that was the same difference, wasn't it? No, we would have had a little bit more mana. High Tide into the Time Twister, they Venser it. I mean, I guess that would have given them more mana, so no guarantee on anything, but... And they're probably holding up Mystic Confluence at this point. Good beats. Oh, man. Do you have any other deck? And we'd probably just crush them, but... Had to play against a stupid control deck round one. Let's bring in the Foff. Let's... What are we cutting? I guess one of the Signets. Let's cut one of the black Signets, since we'd rather cast blue, or use blue, for High Tide off of something non-island. I don't think we're bringing any of those other cards. Mindslaver could be like okay versus them, but that takes so long, and we know they have like Venser and Hullbreaker to bounce. So we'll submit this for game number 2. All right, here's game number 2 of the first round. We are playing against a freaking control deck, which... Oh, we know they have Counterspell, Venser, Mana Drain, Mystic Confluence at the very least, in addition to like Mind Twist and stuff. So, abysmal matchup that we had to get paired against round 1. Really sucks. Hand's not great, but I think this is okay to keep. Suspend Vision. Frantic's a good draw. All right, they don't have double blue open. Oh, they have Winter Orb. Okay. Interesting. Well, Tar Pit, not exactly the best draw versus Winter Orb, but we did need land, so I guess I can't complain. Oh, that's probably going to be a good draw, too. All right, let's pass. Thinking events are here or something? Petty theft, the signet. Sure. That's fine. Ooh. Not me, I'm not double queuing. I'll have to build that deck after this match. Okay, that's pretty good. Basalt Monolith now. There's the Breach. We're actually really close to winning with the Breach draw, with the Frantic Search. In fact, could I have gone off last turn? Oh, maybe I punted. I might have been able to go off when the... Oh, no. If I used High Tide, they would have had double blue open. Never mind. I mean, I feel like they're probably not tapping out again for a while. Plus Frantic plus Breach is not quite infinite, but it's really dang close. I guess with the Brain Freeze it is. Brain Freeze high. Yeah. So we have the win if they tap out at some point. But, I mean, the question is, can we get them to do that? Let's go to discard. I have a feeling they're not going to tap out for a while. Yeah. Well, if we can draw like a duress or something. I mean, I don't think I was supposed to seal for duress or whatever, but that was an option. Oh, here comes some Mind Twist nonsense. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They can Mind Twist for the full 7. I think that's what they're probably going to end up doing here, right? Or maybe they go for 5 and hold up a counter. So if they go for 5, let's see. If I, in response, High Tide, Frantic Search, Brain Freeze. That's 1, 2, 3, 4. That's for 12 cards. I mean, I guess we can just let it resolve and hope that they don't hit anything, but that also seems pretty sketchy. I'm going to be left with 2 cards. This is so miserable. Had to be our worst matchup. So let's see if I Frantic. 1, 2, 3. I guess we just let this resolve. Kept High Tide and Oracle. Actual miserable. Yep, alright. That's probably game over. We still have Twister and Spiral in the deck somewhere, but I mean, they're never tapping out. Well, there's that. Okay, we need to find the Inquisition or Duress. Three, 6, 7. So they can like hull breacher with me next turn. That's worth casting. There's the Duress. Okay, hold up. I think we're gonna wait a turn now. Hope they tap some mana here for. Oh, it is Hullbreaker. For non-Hullbreaker cards. But this is our window. They don't have much mana open. This is going to be our window. So the issue is going to be High Tide. If they have both Counterspell and Mana Drain in their hand, and I go for High Tide, then it just kind of ruins me, you know? Oh my god, I was not supposed to get a tap land there. Whoopsies. Wasn't even thinking. Okay, so... how do we do this? Yeah, it's so sick. We need them to not have... I'm going to tap this first and just Duress. They do. They have both Counterspell and Mana Drain. I can't believe it. Pfft. So sick. This matchup is so bad for us. That's unlucky. All right. Well, don't have an option now. Just got to Time Twister and pray. Well, those weren't necessarily bad hits, but we're dead in 2 turns. Definitely messed up. Should have had 1 extra mana, though it wouldn't have mattered here, it looks like. I'm not sure what I can draw. Upkeep. What is this? Oh, Upkeep Frantic? Wait, how did they get to 6 life? I guess they've been tapping their Ancient Tomb so much. Didn't even realize. Not that I think Creeping Tar Pit would have killed them anytime soon, because, again, if I activate it once, then the Winter Orb lock gets us. So I need to draw, I guess it's exactly... Yeah, I need to draw it like exactly Underworld Breach. And then I might be able to do something with LED and Time Twister. We'll see. Seems unlikely. Oh, they just have the Time Warp? Ah. Yep, good beats. Alright, well, fun match. That had to be our worst possible matchup. That sucks. I think our deck is probably going to just smash 2-0 from here on out, but had to play against something so bad for us. GG's. Let's go to the next. Okay, here's round number 2 of this Vintage Cube draft with our very sweet Storm deck. Got crushed by... nasty control round 1. We are on the draw here versus a turn 1 library. So we are looking to draw a discard effect to stop that from going off. But I'm going to go ahead and Ancestral on their upkeep again. Plenty of stuff to unload on. We even drew the LED, so I'm not going to have to discard next turn. Actually, we have the LED and the Breach, so we're not too far away from actually just winning out. Oh yeah, now we drew the Wishclaw Talisman too. Okay. So let's go Black Source Talisman. LED, and that means we don't have to discard. And this is going to be a very potentially quick win. Oh my gosh. Well, Fast Bond and Library is good, but it... Like, if they're going to go off, then they lose the library, I guess. Oh, geez. Okay. Wow. This is a game. So if they have another land, they should play it. Hex Drinker. Oh, maybe they just go Hex Drinker, pass. I think we can probably win next turn, though. I'm pretty sure we can win here. Yeah, so we go like red source. Play Monolith. Play the Breach. Sack the LED. Yeah, this should be a win. Okay. Monolith. Breach. Go tutor for Brainstorm, or sorry, Brain Freeze. Oh! Did I mess up? Oh, I was supposed to crack the LED first, but this doesn't matter. No, this is fine. Same thing. We can still do it all. Okay, no worries. Slight missequencing, but it doesn't matter, ultimately. Brain freeze myself. Yeah, there we go, GG. That mills 9 cards. That's a nice little turn 3 win here. Are you kidding? They have endurance? Oh my god. Oh my god. Okay, so how do we stop that? Let's see here. I guess I can't. I'm going to lose my LED, so we might as well recall in response. Land. Oh, that's brutal. Land, Signet. We get to refuel at least. A lot. Let's lose the Whisper, the Chart, and I guess the High Tide at this point is not super necessary. Yeah, I mean, we still get to refuel, so this wasn't that bad. It was clearly bad, but... Wow. They had freaking endurance. Okay, so there goes my graveyard. We had the win. We're gonna mill 3 more. We milled our Time Spiral, damn it. Okay, so we still have Time Twister in the deck. God, if I had 1 more mana, I would actually be able to Brain Freeze them for 24. Wow, we're actually 1 mana away from being able to Brain Freeze for 24 as well. Damn. Oh, okay. How are we running up against these perfect cards? It sucks. Feels really bad. Oh, and that's right. I gave them the talisman too, so. Oh, boy. Super awkward. Funny, but super awkward. Well, this just shows us, or just shows you guys the the weaknesses of Storm like this. Previous deck wrecked us with a bunch of counter magic. This deck has wrecked us with one graveyard interactive card. Now, to be fair, that was a free graveyard interactive card, but yeah, that really sucked. Okay, I guess let's take a peek with duress. Treachery and Tameo, and they have Snapcaster Ancestral. Yikes. Well, I don't think we're winning this one. That one endurance is... Wait, they didn't even Snapcaster end of turn. That one endurance was a brutality. Maybe they're going to Uro. Oh, they're just going to level up the Hex Drinker and go for a fast clock. That makes sense. Frustrating games. Our deck is so good, I'm pretty sure. Signet. So have Snapcaster, Uro, and Treachery in their hand. I don't know why they didn't Snapcaster end of last turn. Well, they actually have lethal next turn with Snapcaster and Garrick Ultimate, so I guess I better do something here. Let's see. I can Imperial Seal into Frantic Search. What would I Imperial Seal for? I don't have that much fast mana after the fact, and they already got rid of my other stuff. Ah, this sucks. Yeah, I guess I just have to fire off the Frantic, and I don't know what I can hit, but cross my fingers. Excuse me. Dig Through Time and Verdant Catacomb. Okay, let's shuffle back the goods. No, I don't even think we can win anymore. Unless they miss lethal, I guess. There's the chance that they miss lethal, so that's what we have to go for here. So I'm just going to play out the Narset uptick and hope they miss lethal. Because I am dead. They didn't Snapcaster again. What is going on? I am so confused. We know what their hand was, right? Yeah, they had Uro, Treachery, and Snapcaster. Oh, you know what it could be? Maybe they're trying to get too cute. Maybe they're trying to Snapcaster the recall on me. Maybe they're trying to, like, kill me when if I overdraw. Huh. Yeah, I'm not quite sure what's going on here. Or maybe they think they can activate the Talisman at any time, and they have like a counter spell in their deck. That's my only other guess. Alright, we still have perfect information. Yeah, I mean... Duress and Inquisition are gone, so... If they grabbed a counter, we still can't win, most likely. Oh, Time Warp. I go to 9? Alright, that is lethal. Yep, okay. So they found alternate lethal, sure. That works. Okay, you got me. Man. Sad games here. This deck is so good. Don't think we're going to bring in Shriekmaw or Snuff Out. Could bring in the Dismember. Just cut the Golgari Signet again for Dismember. Seems fine. Brrr. Although, wait, no, I guess Snuff Out is actually just a better Dismember here, isn't it? I'm going to be paying 4 life the majority of the time anyways, and this one's free. Okay, game number 2 of here, the second round. Yeah, I mean, we keep getting opening hands with Ancestral, so no complaints there, but despite that, we're still getting wrecked every single game. Yeah, we're going to go turn 1 Ancestral on their upkeep again. Probably needed to rest next turn. We're not going to need to play out the LED this time, though. Utopia Sprawl, probably on blue, I guess. Blue indeed, okay. Let's go ahead and take a peek. See, Plow Under and a Simic Signet. All right, well, let them have their ramp, and we'll just take their Plow. There goes the Signet. They played their Delta. And let's just slam Narset and look for a Time Twister. High Tide. Yeah, let's take the Tide. We have Wishclaw Talisman to go for Time Twister as well if we don't hit it. Let's get looking. There's Frantic Search. Okay. Well, they would have cast something for 3, right? So I guess we don't need to Inquisition here. I mean, what I could do, I could actually go for it. Go High Tide, Polluted Delta, Frantic Search. That's 2, 4, 6. 2, 4, 5. Talisman. Yeah, why not? Let's go for it. Let's have some fun. High Tide active. Might as well add red there. Frantic off of 3 blue. Discard 2 land. Untap 3 islands. Go for LED. Play out the Talisman. Let's see. Crack for black. We can actually go get Time Spiral here if we want to. Sure, they can flash out Snapcaster Mage in response. I'm okay with that. 1, 2, 3, 4. Are you kidding? Look at these hits. Okay, Jace, Brainstorm. There we go. That wins. That wins. So now we go put 2 lands on top. Imperial Seal. Right? That should win. Brain Freeze. Frantic. Discard 2 lands. 1, 2, 3. Into casting that. Into casting that. Into brain freezing them for lethal. All right, GG's. And now we even got to check out their entire deck. Perfect. So, what do they have? Treachery. They have a Remand. Yeah, in game 1, literally the only card. Endurance. And they had it. That's crazy. All of their other cards don't really matter. I mean, they have like Pest Infestation, which can be annoying. Remand can be annoying, but for the most part, we should just be able to roll them. All right, that's good information to note. And again, they only had one card in hand because of Narset anyways. So, yeah, let's go to game number 3. And as long as we don't get, like, outdrawn, we should be able to win this fairly easily. Okay, here we are for game 3 of the second round. Hand looks pretty good. This is a pretty fast time spiral, though. I'm going to have to tap the Monolith to do so. I'm guessing we probably want to Duress them on turn 1. So let's go grab a Swamp here. Duress. And yeah, obviously just taking that Recall immediately. They have Jace in their hand, but it's not Snapcaster Mage, so it's a slow, it's going to be a slow flashback. Although they go Signet into Jace this turn. So they have a very fast start, no doubt. Very, very fast start, no doubt about that. In fact, Time Spiral might even be a liability with how quickly they're dumping things out. They discarded the Treachery. I don't even know why they kept that in versus me. So they have Island and 1 Unknown in their hand. I mean, the good thing about this is that I'm not even going to play out the Rafine's Tower. I'm going to cycle... Sorry, I'm not going to play out the Signet. I'm going to cycle the Tower. The good thing about this is that we have time for now, because they don't have much pressure. I'm going to be sad if they draw Plow Under. They discarded Huntmaster. Okay, that's not a good sign. Wait, what? So what is the last card in their hand then that they're discarding like a 2-turn clock? Maybe it is just the Endurance. Oh, that's good. Ooh, ooh, ooh. I'm actually going to go ahead and vamp Tutor for Narset now. And then play out the Narset and activate. They might have Remand in their hand, but whatever. Sure. That's really strange that they decided to keep the Dryad over the Tovolars. Alright, so this is them flipping and then flashing back Ancestral. So we are behind. Like, if they draw Plow Under here, we probably end up losing, but so be it. I mean, I guess Plow Under's not that bad for us. It's annoying, but it's not like... It doesn't kill me outright. That's annoying. Okay. That is definitely annoying. I'm going to chart and hope to hit an island here. Actually... No, it's better to go Signet into Narset Pass. And that way next turn I can Chrome Mox the chart and cast Time Spiral. And they cannot kill my Narset with the power that they have on the board. That's why we didn't activate Narset, right? Keep her on 5 loyalty so that... That's when we Time Spiral, the Narset ability is still active. And they've already used their Remand, which I believe was their only interactive spell. Oh, wait, they have Time Warp. Well, let's just hope they didn't draw that. Did they draw Plow Under? Of course they did now. Oh, man. So frustrating. Oh? Maybe a chance. We lose our Narset. I'm going to keep the Chrome Mox. Oh, it's 1 mana off. So unreal. I feel like we've just gotten so extremely unlucky in these last couple matches, but I mean, that's Magic. It happens. They might here for sure minus Jace and plow me under again. I think that's a pretty strong play for them to make. Now they could still Garrick into that if they wanted. 3, 6, 9, 10, 11, 12. Oh, and then that's lethal next turn, so they should definitely do that. Well, they're doing... Oh, Pest Infest... Oh, no, they should have definitely still done it. I mean, we're dead here next turn, but... Alright. Well, good beats. Not much you can do. I should have played a land, but this doesn't matter. Good game, good game. Ah, man, so frustrating. Oh, let's see. I could have cast High Tide into Ancestral, 1 blue floating. No, that doesn't even do anything. High Tide, 2 floating, Monolith, 3 floating. No, that doesn't do anything. Actually, I didn't concede too soon, did I? Oh no. I might have actually been able to win that turn. Well, I mean, unless they redrew their remand. Wait, I had 1 blue floating. I play another island. I might have just rage quit there. 2 islands, Monolith, Signet, 2 mana. Oh, that's not even close enough. That's 4, 5, 6. Oh, wait. I did have lethal. I punted for... I mean, okay. Assuming they had nothing, right? I go Island High Tide, tap the island for 2 mana. High Tide was spell number 4. Monolith spell number 5. Signet spell number 6. Brain... Oh, no, wait. Then I'm not casting Ancestral. Never mind. Island, High Tide, 2 mana. No, that doesn't work. 2 mana floating. Yeah, there's no way to turn 2 mana into 3 mana while also adding blue. Because then I have to play the Signet, and I once again only have 2 mana open. And then if I have an Ancestral, I haven't drawn these. Okay, so we were dead anyways, but man, these matches have just felt really, really unlucky. I think if you take this deck back multiple times, like if you play like 10 leagues with this, I think you probably 3-0 like 6 or 7 of them. But like I said, that's Magic. Sometimes you get some poor matchups or your opponent draws the correct card at the correct time. Let's see if we can at least win one game, because we know this deck is awesome. Okay, the third and final round of this Vintage Cube draft. We have an awesome deck. Again, we have Ancestral in our opener. Let's get one match win, because, this deck is so good. Like, I'd be happy to run this deck back constantly, every single time. So yeah, turn 1 land, Ancestral in their upkeep. Turn 2 Signet. Ooh, discard effects. Another bad matchup, depending on how many discard effects they have. I mean, again, this is the weakness of Storm. Interaction. And, well, I mean, we drew a hot one off the top there, but... Round 1, we played against mono counters. Round 2... yeah, I'm not trying to complain. I'm just sad that this deck is so good, and we're running into all these answers, you know? But it's fine. One Inquisition can't stop me. We have so much redundancy that's okay. Like, I'd rather play against discard effects than counter magic. Because discard effects, we can eventually draw into things, yeah, like Time Spiral or whatever. Discard is okay. Let's go get the Rafine's Tower with this. Counter Magic, that's what hurts us the most. So we're one Brain Freeze away from winning here. Well, if I also draw LED, that is to say. But we're very close. Next turn we get to Dig Through Time. We don't really mind losing the Ancestral. Oh. Okay. So we're going to go land pass. And set up for a win next turn, I would think. Question is, do I want a Vampiric Tutor and then Dig Through Time, or do I want to just Dig Through Time and then Vampiric on upkeep? It's probably just better to Dig Through Time straight up here. And let's see. We found... Well, Talisman also works, right? Yeah, Talisman also works. Might be safe to grab a Duress too, but I guess Monolith, it nets mana, so let's do that. And then we... Vamp for Brain Freeze. No, Vamp for LED. Draw it. Yep, this should be good. Go land, Monolith. Breach. LED. Sack for black. Cast Talisman. Exiling 1, 2, 3. Leaving LED and Thassa's Oracle in the graveyard. Colorless. Go grab Brain Freeze. Brain Freeze ourselves. And that'll do her. I mean, we could also Brain Freeze them out, but I can just win this turn, of course. The reason we would Brain Freeze them is for information, which I might just want to do at least once. Okay, now we cast the LED. Land, land, land. Add blue, whatever. Let's Brain Freeze ourselves again. 1, 2, 3. Done. So I only need to Brain Freeze myself twice, and then I can Brain Freeze them the rest. Just get a little context as to what their deck is, and they're, yeah, in fact, mono black. They do have Thoughtseize as well, so they do have some more hand disruption, it looks like. And then we cast Oracle from our graveyard with 0 cards left. Beautiful. All right, and we win. Nice little turn 5 win there. And that's how the deck, I think, is... Oh, they have Grief as well, and we didn't even mill all the cards, so... They do have a lot of discard. Inquisition, Collective Brutality, Grief, Thoughtseize, and I think Grief exiles, right? No, it exiles their card. Okay. But yeah, like that's how the deck is supposed to work. Anyways, nice little game 1 there. Let's do that again. Let's get the combos. On to the next game here of round number 3. We are overall 0-2 in matches, but I think we just ran into some sad luck. Opponent now on the mono black deck with a turn 1 Bob. Okay, that's really good versus us. Seeing as how I have no damage win condition besides Creeping Tar Pit. Now we did see like Grizzlebrand in their deck though, so maybe not impossible for them to to, oh, this is, maybe they're going to reanimate it, but not impossible, as I was saying, for them to maybe burn themselves out randomly. I guess I'm supposed to actually get the volcanic, aren't I? Yeah, the red source. Oh, that's going to be a good draw. Since we drew High Tide, I'm going to lead on Azorius Signet. That gives us a non-island blue source to tap. I think if they had drawn any discard, they would have used it by now, so... Seeing Una's Prowler there, though, makes me think they probably do have rather reanimate effects. So hopefully they don't find Grizzlebrand in a reanimate source too soon. Collective Brutality. Well, there goes my High Tide. That's a little bit unfortunate. That was going to give us a win in basically like 2 turns. We can discard cards to Prowler to take less damage, but we don't need to do that quite yet. So let's go Signet into Talisman Pass. That's not good. All right, so that's going to eat my Narset. So I guess we're probably just going to fire off for a draw 7 here. All right, this is just any non-land card. Yeah, okay. So probably an attack for 5 into Grief. Question is, do they have something else to do with the Grief? Because they might evoke the Grief if they have another interactive spell. All right, they are going to Night's Whisper here first instead. I have to imagine they're going to evoke the Grief, though, right? It'd be crazy if they didn't. Oh, they have a Talisman, too. Awesome. All right, here comes the Grief. Yep, there we go. Dismember. Man, everybody keeps leaving in their creature removal versus me. And they're not getting punished. Okay. Oh. So I guess we don't even bother Wishclaw Talismaning first, right? Doesn't make any sense to. Yeah. So we'll just go Monolith. I tapped all my black sources because I'm a fool, but we don't really need black anymore. Land Twister. 4 mana floating. That wins. Beautiful. LED. High Tide. Pop for red. Go get the Breach. And that will do her. Oh, wait. That doesn't do her. I don't have Brainstorm in my graveyard because, once again, I'm a fool. Well, we do have a potential lot of mana. I guess I should chart a course here first. Man, what am I doing? I mean, in a pinch, we can... in a pinch, I can... Time Twister. Oh, wait. I'm not going to have enough cards to do that, am I? Oh, so you know what? Here, I'm going to LED. Yeah. Okay, this works perfect. I'm going to LED. This is better. Wait, no. Land. Cast LED, land, Jace. Then we cast Time Twister, and then we have the Time Twister. Sorry, then we have the... oh, I have to lose my... God, why am I so bad at this? I would lose my Oracle, so I guess I have to lose my LED. Yeah, sack. Twist. LED chart Tide. That leaves the Oracle in the deck. Okay. Now we can... oh, man, I am so bad. Now we can Vampiric... oops, wrong match. This is spell 8. Oh, okay, we got it. Vampiric for Brain Freeze. Yeah. Ancestral ourselves. Brain Freeze them for 30. Okay. It wasn't pretty, my friends. But in the end, Daddy got there. Nice. Nice. We did end up winning after all. So we got one win off. And the deck performed perfectly, basically, in the last round. I'm sad. Again, I'm super sad that the first 2 rounds, well, especially round 1, that was just like a terrible matchup. And then round 2, the opponent had the perfect interaction at the perfect time. But that was a great Storm deck. Hopefully you guys still enjoyed that. Like, the games were still pretty cool. We were always on like 1 turn off or like 1 spell off. So fun one for sure. Different take on Storm. You probably don't see this one as much where it's the self-mill deck as opposed to like Tendrils or whatever. But yeah, hit that like and subscribe button. I appreciate y'all tuning in. And we'll be back tomorrow for some more drafting. Thanks for watching.